Farmworker Amadeo Sumano wasn't going to keep his boss's secret anymore. This is the Oxnard Plain, home of the strawberry capital of the world. Millions of pounds of pesticides are applied in Ventura County. Some of it was going where it wasn't supposed to go. Pesticides control pathogens and allow growers to plant the same crop on the same land year after year, but farm workers have been talking about the dark side to this strategy. A whistleblowing farm worker has been telling a story about life on the farm. Cancer, rashes, and asthma. This is one story of pesticide drifting in the air. The other side of the story is abundance. Strawberries is Ventura County's leading crop with a value of $654 million a year. In 2016, the California Department of Pesticide Regulation reported that Ventura County ranks number 1 in the state for pounds of pesticide applied per square mile. That's 5.8 million pounds to be exact. But when these pesticides drift, they are detrimental to human health. Even at good farms like Crisalida, workers like Amadeo Sumano are exposed to dangerous pesticides. Much of the best information we get about how pesticides are used comes from the farm workers. One of those farm workers is a whistleblower. Now a farm worker named Amadeo Sumano is telling the story about pesticide practices. He works on the Crisalida Berry Farm, owned and operated by the Andrew Williamson Company. This is the California Environmental Health Tracking Program map. The areas in dark red in Ventura County is where pesticide use is the highest. Sumano works at the strawberry field behind the Lemonwood neighborhood in Oxnard. This is right on Rice Road, Highway 1. Drive on this highway for 25 miles and you will end up right in Malibu. Sumano's employer, Andrew Williamson, has farms in Mexico and the U.S. West Coast. The company carries the Good Farm label. Sumano shot a photo of a sign warning when pesticides would spray. It would happen at 4 p.m. when the farm workers were no longer on the field. This is what a pesticide application on the Crisalida farm looks like. It happened at 12 p.m., lunch. It's ugly, says Sumano. Pesticide spraying didn't happen after work, as the sign warned. The farm sprayed at noon. The state of California has specific rules about pesticide spraying. Pesticides are not supposed to drift on people. Here the winds are strong, Sumano says. As the workers lunch at the edge of the field, they can still breathe and smell the pesticide. He tells me, "We just want to be respected." Sumano thought, "I'm breathing these pesticides," and his fears increase when the wind blows towards him. They even increase more when he can smell the pesticides, and he starts to think, maybe this isn't good for me. The workers applying the pesticides are wearing masks. Sumano complained and complained again. This was supposed to be a socially responsible farm. Andrew Williamson owns Crisalida, a 180-acre strawberry farm in Oxnard, home to the socially responsible Good Label Farm. The letters EFI stand for Equitable Food Initiative. EFI purports to create a more equitable crop. EFI is an industry and foundation-funded group that provides a certification label assuring that its practices are equitable. It is designed to educate retailers and consumers about how fresh fruits and vegetables they purchase are grown. Farms carrying the green Good Farm label are supposed to have systems in place for workers' concerns to be heard. They are supposed to be regulated. Sumano gets a hold of the pesticide information that was sprayed at lunch and snaps a photo. Captain is a pesticide farmers use to spray their fields. It is used to kill fungus. It is applied to edible crops such as apples, peaches, almonds, and strawberries. Sumano claims Captain is antithetical to his health and the health of his co-workers. Sumano tells me, "I had to press for a week for the supervisors to show me exactly the applied chemical. That chemical was Captain." He told me, "I went to Human Resources, made a report demanding that all farmers be respected, that they seek a way to fumigate when our people are not working, or move our people farther for where they don't reach the chemical." January brought unusually heavy rains. Strawberries washed over the beach. The Santa Clara River swept up the strawberries from the rain-flooded farms and ushered them onto the sand. The recent storms caused high standing water in some fields. Strawberries don't like this kind of wet. The California Farm Bureau Federation feared losses to the strawberry crops. The farm had reasons for the heavy winter pesticide spraying. Strawberries are not a winter fruit. Pesticides let them grow in the cold and the rain, but dousing the strawberries with pesticides is a plan that isn't perfect. Use of pesticides has increased strawberries' yield and stretched their growing season. Fresh strawberries are now available in stores most of the year. A year-round crop is more susceptible to fungus growth, and rain exacerbates the issue. The big rain turned the strawberries gray and green, mushroom-like, says Sumano of the strawberries. Sumano shoots a photo of the strawberries he picked and had to throw away during the January rains. He had to work quickly before the mold spread. The way to save the crop was to throw out the fungus-infected strawberries and then big doses of pesticide fungicides like Captain. Ventura County strawberries were under threat, and Valentine's Day was coming. Prostate cancer, rashes, difficult pregnancies, and hyperthyroidism. This is the story of the pesticide Captain in the air. Captain is the 5th most used pesticide in Ventura County. Sumano calls the practice of spraying Captain dangerous. Captain has been the subject of much scientific peer-reviewed research. These Crisalida Equitable Farm Initiative workers cover their faces in an attempt to protect themselves from pesticide exposure. Cancer has been linked to Captain exposure, and the EPA classifies Captain as a human carcinogen. Dermatitis and conjunctivitis is one of its many side effects. Older studies have already classified Captain as causing genetic damage. Spouses of fruit growers exposed to Captain had more difficulty getting pregnant. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 55% of conventionally grown strawberries contain Captain residue. Sumano was deeply concerned about the wind during the surprise lunchtime pesticide spray. One peer-reviewed study showed that men who live in neighborhoods where the pesticides methylbromide, organochlorine, or Captain drift are 1.5 times more likely to develop prostate cancer. This is another video Sumano shot just weeks after the January spray. Once again, he and his fellow farm workers were outside harvesting. After complaining to the bosses at Crisalida and EFI, the pesticide spraying happened again. Then it happened a third time. Sumano had complained to Human Resources at the farm and to the headquarters of the Equitable Farm Initiative. That's the initiative that gives the Good Farm label. He did this all during the month of January and February, and he told them both that he was being forced to work during pesticide sprays. I contacted an EFI spokesperson to ask procedures on pesticide complaints. They prefer complaints go directly to fellow farm workers who are trained in EFI procedure and encourage workers with pesticide complaints to not go to human resources first. I spoke to the EFI spokesperson again. It had now been a month and a half since Sumano had reported the January pesticide spray incident. EFI had not contacted Crisalida to intervene. Sumano's March morning started beautifully, but when he and his co-workers went to the strawberry field to harvest, they were confronted with more pesticide spraying. By the end of winter, Sumano was considering leaving Crisalida. He was a veteran farm worker and had worked all over the county. "This is a bad place," he posted on Facebook. It is the third weekend of March, and Sumano is marching in Oxnard Cesar Chavez celebration. Cesar Chavez was one of the founders of the United Farmworkers Union. Chavez had worked in Oxnard in the same fields as Sumano. The Chavez celebration seemed to give Sumano even more determination. He decided to stay at the Crisalida, Anderson, and Williamson-owned farm and fight for better conditions. On March 29th, Sumano was urging people to call the United Farm Workers to intervene in the strife between Crisalida and its farm workers. An EFI rep told me firmly that EFI farms do not use United Farm Worker labor, although a high-ranking member of UFW sits on the EFI board. We will wait and see if the UFW will intervene. Farm workers like Sumano will document the illegal pesticide practices until regulations are enforced. Sumano gave evidence to his complaints with photos and video, and little changed on the Crisalida farm, but locals were listening to him. Cesar Chavez met his former aide, Al Rojas, in the fields. Rojas has gotten a chance to know Sumano. "I see a lot of potential in him," says Rojas. "He could go places." It's not uncommon for Sumano's videos of everyday life at the farm to get hundreds of thousands of views. One even was viewed more than 6 million times on the United Farm Worker Twitter account. The UFW president, Teresa Romero, gave Sumano an award for video documenting his life as a farm worker. His videos have reached 24 million views. This is a well-deserved recognition. In April, Sumano receives the national honor of UFW Leader of the Month. His statement: "If today at your table you ate a salad or held a fruit in your hand, remember who harvested it. There is no rest for the tired." Sumano fought hard for better work conditions at the Crisalida EFI farm. ICE, immigration crackdowns, and persistently low farm worker wages has created a national farm worker shortage. By early April, Sumano was at his new job on the Oxnard Plain. In the words of Amadeo Sumano, "We just want to be respected."